In this video, I'll be showing you the top 5 OHP mistakes and what you can do to fix them. So the first mistake is grabbing the bar too wide. By having your hands at the rings or even beyond, you are in a mechanically disadvantageous position. I'm talking about bleeding power out of the bottom and actually increasing the stress on the shoulders in a negative way. Most lifters will want to go shoulder width apart or slightly outside of it. And notice the elbow alignment. It's much better than having my arms completely out to the side. This feels awkward. Here's a regular grip. Everything is tight in the line. Forearms are vertical, and the starting position is absolutely amazing. This is thumb away from the smooths. And this is your classic bro position. Look how far out my forearms are. It's not a comfortable way to press on the bottom. That's why a lot of guys end up doing partials from here. So again, bring your arms straight out in front of you or a little bit out, and you'll be in the perfect starting position every single time. This is the ideal grip. Now the next mistake is pressing the bar in front of you as if it's an inclined bench. You're creating additional moment arms by doing this. The solution to this problem is simple. Tilt your head back, press up in a straight vertical line, and as it starts to clear the face, shove the head through. And if you can't do this with a regular pace, slow down the movement and build up the form over time. Eventually, you will be stronger with that maximized position. That said, the form doesn't have to be perfect. Just know that the closer you press the vertical, the better off your form's gonna be. Now, sometimes guys will lack the mobility to shove their head through, so instead, they'll start to arch their lower back to compensate. So they get to this position here, and then boom! So they're actually keeping the bar in front of their body, but they're simply arching the lower back, which is actually very dangerous, and I don't really like doing this for demonstration purposes. So besides working on your thoracic mobility, let me show you an easy fix that will also help you out. Instead of arching your lower back, just squeeze your glutes while bringing the hips slightly forward. This is what a lot of guys do. Squeeze your butt cheeks really hard while bringing the hips slightly forward, but your legs are still straight. This way when you press up, the alignment is that much more enhanced, but you're not having to lean back. It's an easy fix. Squeeze the glutes instead of arching the lower back. Now the fourth error is always doing partial reps. You hear guys talking about how 90 degrees is the optimal position for time under tension. Well, that's not really true from a hypertrophy standpoint. You're not getting the proper motor unit activation, and I would argue that you're increasing the risk of snapping up your shoulders while not getting more out of less weight. Reason why you can't go down here is because you're flaring out your elbows. The easiest way to demonstrate this is with dumbbells. You have your arm out completely to the side and you're doing half reps. That's because if you go all the way down, you will feel shoulder impingement. And for that, I can't blame you whatsoever. But the solution is not to cut down the range of motion. Instead, bring the elbows in very slightly. You don't have to be neutral grip. This is not a Swiss bar. Right here. That's all there is to it. And keep in mind that closer grip makes it easier not to flare. So don't be out here doing half reps, okay? That said, you don't have to go down this low or on the middle chest. It can be in the upper chest region, near the neck area, or even right below the chin. But anything above, especially around the forehead level, that's not optimal whatsoever. And you can lift so much more, not necessarily getting a better delt effect. And if you want the best carryover to your bench press and other big compound movements, it would be in your best interest to go all the way down. Partials are less specific for this. But if you really want to overload that lockout, that's where bands and chains come into play, or breaking up the eccentric concentric chain with pins. All right, so now I bring you to the fifth mistake, which is not being tight enough. Guys, you gotta stop pressing like a loose spaghetti. This is how a lot of guys do it. You want to set yourself in tight with the arms in and kind of pull yourself into it. Look at my back, how much it's contracting. And when I pull it out, I got a stable shelf right here. This will feel so much easier at the bottom. It's unbelievable. So I like doing it this way. But everybody's different. Some guys like to set up as if it's a squat. I used to do it like this. You can also start from here. Drive your elbows into your armpits. Your back should be on fire. Everything must be tight in the overhead press, from the glutes, core, and upper back. All right, guys, those are my top 5 OHP mistakes. I guarantee that if you implement any of these strategies today, you'll be that much stronger. Watch as the pounds increase automatically. Sometimes it's not a strength weakness. It's an issue with your form. Once you get that set up right, you'll feel so much better, not only in terms of preventing injuries, but maximizing performance over time. So implement these strategies next time you train and let me know if you want more content like this.